Dire team ban.
They had some synergies in the draft which we did fail to spot out in the beginning.
Starting things off with a repel to back him up. Get good. Has
It's a joy to see esports pick up so well in this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another matchup. This time is the ESL India Premiership Masters. The grand finale of the tournament is upon us. The council will now be taking on 3 cheers for Divine Ascension in a best of 1 match for the winner bracket. The loser, of course, drops to the lower bracket where they'll be facing off in a best of 3 format. The winner moves on to progress through to what could be their shot at glory in the Indian esports space. My name's CloudX. I'm going to be joined later on by Gambit as he's just finishing up lunch. Unfortunately, Nazar could not make it to the lobby in time, so we're going to be doing it with Gambit and me. The council, a team from Bangladesh, for those of you that aren't familiar about them, well, 3 cheers for Divine Ascension are from Nepal. And I've got to say, I'm excited. This is one of the first few times that I'm seeing a Nepalese team playing up against anyone, really. I've never actually seen Nepal's Dota scene before. And it's going to be pleasant to watch them playing on LAN as well. They are playing currently from the Nordwind Gaming office. They're playing on LAN up against each other. I believe the setup is face to face. And the final days, that is the 9th, 10th and 11th will be played out at Comic Con Delhi on the main stage. Without further ado, let's jump into this game, but it looks like we're going to jump straight out because somebody disconnected. Alright guys, we're going to see you in just a bit. The next game is starting. We'll be jumping right back into the lobby. Stay with me.
Seconds remaining.
Okay, we are back. We had a short remake there in the lobby. I'm not too sure what the issue really was. But for those of you that did miss my awesome introduction, you've got the Council going up against 3 Cheers for Divine Ascension, a Bangladesh versus Nepal matchup. For the ESL India Premiership, this tournament is organized by Nordwind Gaming, sponsored by HyperX and ROG. And where are my manners? In case you haven't figured already, I'm CloudX. Gonna be bringing you this game with Gambit, who'll be jumping in a little later. For now, the Council is going to be on the Dire side, while 3C4DA will be on the Radiant. It is going to be a best of 1 matchup. In the upper bracket, the loser will drop down to the lower bracket to face off in a best of 3 elimination format. I do like the format of this tournament. You've got you basically got 2 lifelines, or rather 1 lifeline. Even if you lose once, you drop to the lower bracket, and in the lower bracket you don't have to worry about those straight up elimination matches. You
10 seconds remaining.
usually have, I mean, I expect most games to go up to a game 3, so I think we're going to see some pretty intense matches, especially in the lower bracket later today. Sand King going to be the opening pickup, coming out from 3C4DA. You've got a Warlock and a Slaughter ban coming out from them as well. The Council, meanwhile, choosing to go ahead and ban out the Tinker and the Batrider. Well, let's see what we got up their sleeves here as their first 2 picks. The last time I saw this team play was at the Challenger Cup number 2 on LAN, and we actually had some pretty intense Dota coming out from them. They love running their high impact offlaners like the Slaughter, and I really feel like their entire playstyle revolves around their offlane getting a good start, getting somewhere between a 10 and a 15 or 10 and a 13 minute blink tagger on something like a Slaughter, or maybe an early mech on a Tidehunter or something. And from there on out, they just love to fight. They love to play snowball style Dota. The last time I spoke to them as well was at that very LAN. That was about a month ago, and they did mention that they're going to come in much better prepared to the Masters, prepared to face some of India's best. For now, they're going to have to test their mettle up against Nepal. 3C4DA, I'm excited to see if they've got something up their sleeves here. So far, their draft is looking pretty strong. An opening Sand King for their offlane and an Ogre Magi to deal with a possible rotating support from the side of the Council. This now opens up their draft. They could pick up something like a Luna and try and siege into the high ground, but the Council, they're well aware of this. They're going to ban it out immediately, while the Void gets removed by 3C4DA. There's still a lot of opportunities to pick up heroes that synergize with the Ogre Magi's Bloodlust. If they're really feeling ambitious, a Terrorblade might not be a bad choice, but at the same time, the Council has ways to deal with that Illusion army. They've got the Lion as their opening pick, and they've really chosen not to ban out the Shadow Demon. We've seen them do this time and again. They pick the Lion, they leave the Shadow Demon in the pool, and it's almost as if they're daring their opponents to come and play Illusion Dota versus them. Well, I guess we have some 3C4D8 fans on the chat here. I'm getting some comments here from you guys that we should be expecting a mid Phantom Assassin coming out from them. From 3C.Y. Let's see if your prediction holds true, Code Duo 33. But yeah, I mean, okay, it's not going to come true because Phantom Assassin's been banned out, but in theory, I think it makes sense. Bloodlusted PA, why not? Why not? The middle lane, a little debatable depending on what the Council has up their sleeves. But speaking of heroes that have well, I think heroes that have made it past sneakily, or rather the heroes that have heroes that have snuck past the second phase of bans include the OD and the Axe. I think the OD is a hot pick here for either side. And if the Council does pick up the OD, I wouldn't be surprised if 3C4DA tried to do one of those old school Razor versus OD style mid matchups. But they're going to go with the Mirana. We're yet to see if this is a mid Mirana or if it's going to be a support Mirana coming out here from the Council. Alright, we have a Drow Ranger game on our hands. 3 Cheers for Divine Ascension going all in here, getting themselves that Drow Ranger as their third pick. I think, again, we missed out the synergy between the Drow Ranger and the Ogre Magi. And even though they've got the Lion on the side of the Council, I think a Shadow Demon pick is justified here. Just the ability to have those illusions. Even if you manage to waste out one Hex onto an illusion, I think it's worth it if you're trying to commit. Alright, just gonna switch up the mic position a bit because Gambit has now joined us. Do let me know if the audio is okay. If it's not, we'll try and change some stuff around. Gambit, what do you make of this draft so far, man?
Well, it's 3 on 3 for Drow Ranger, at least for the games I casted. This is the third game in a row Drow Ranger's in the lineup.
And has Drow Ranger been winning every game? That's the important question though.
No. Draw Ranger won the first game, which was when IW picked them up, but couldn't perform.
Reserve time.
Wait. So Draw Ranger wasn't picked up last game, if I'm not mistaken. It was Luna. Okay, so
Yeah, I think Luna, Draw Ranger, both very. I think very good picks along with the Ogre Magi. Oracle's gonna be the pick though from 3
3 on 3 for Juggernaut though. Juggernaut lost the first game, got crushed by the OD mate. Then Blizzard showed how to play it, and they did manage to win the game on the back of that.
Okay, so I'm being told that the audio is too low.
10
Give me a moment,
seconds
guys. Let's see if we can change that up.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, it should be a bit better. Gambit is terribly quiet, I'm being told. Gambit, I think that's just you,
Hopefully.
man. I don't think we can blame the mic for that
Okay,
one.
I'll move ahead. I'll move myself closer to the mic.
Yeah, the problem is every time we change the mic settings, you're gonna hear a lot more background audio as well. So, let us know.
Okay, well, Council, I did manage to see a couple of games for them. They have been pretty impressive. At least Challenger Cup 2, they were really impressive. They actually stomped over everyone else, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the council.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. I definitely want to say they're one of the favorites going into this tournament, but
Yeah,
this is
I mean-
probably the most competitive pool of 8 Dota teams you could have put together.
I mean, No Chance himself said it, right? That their biggest competition is Council.
Yeah.
So, yeah, expecting a lot from this team at least. Whoever wins will have to go up against IW. So that's going to be an interesting matchup whatsoever. Meanwhile,
Oh, there's that Huskar ban. The last ban Huskar coming out. I mean, that's the sneaky little guy, man. He always gets straight. He gets past the ban pool, and then you have a last pick Huskar coming out. This could have been such a good game for Huskar on the side of 3C4DA. You've got the Oracle to keep him alive. You've got the Draw Ranger for the extra damage. Lots of control with the Sand King and the Ogre. And that ever so coveted Bloodlust.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
I mean, last pick Huskar has been banned out, but you know what's the other last pick annoying hero which 3C4D can pick up? It is the Alchemist.
Oh, yeah.
That-
Alchemist and OD, I think both of them fit the bill here.
I don't think Council are so scared of the OD since they have picked up the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
And even Mirana does pretty well. I mean, he can manage the lane against OD. So they're okay with the OD, but I don't know if they're completely prepared for someone like the Alchemist.
So, this could be an off-lane Nyx, and then it's going to be either a mid or a support Mirana. But if it is a support Mirana, I kind of like the OD for the Council.
You know one hero which has been completely ignored? It's the Timbersaw. Timbersaw has been picked up in the mid lane. A lot of people do play it on the mid lane currently. So, unfortunate to see that hero is not making the cut, at least in this tournament.
So OD versus Timbersaw is a matchup where I think Timber can come out ahead. Good ban coming out from 3C4DA. They've smelt blood in the water there. The Council probably had the OD on their minds.
Yeah,
They've
as
chosen to
someone
ban it out.
pointed out, Medusa is also one of the picks which 3C4D can go for. They have the draw aura to boost him up.
But
So
I mean, you've already got the Nyx Assassin.
I don't think that they need someone to team fight because they have the Sand King to initiate, and then they want someone to come in with some more AoE because both Ogre and Oracle, they don't have any AoE to speak of whatsoever. Neither does the Draw Ranger. So
Reserve time.
As an alternative, they could just go in for the straight up push. I kind of like the Dragon Knight here. Lots of
yeah, Dragon Knight's good. He can be the frontline tank while Draw dishes in the damage from behind. So they'll have to look for something like a tanky hero, or it has to be a team fight hero. That's probably their go-to hero here.
Alright, so let's boil down their options. A Dragon Knight if they want to push, a Puck if they're looking for control.
I don't think Puck.
Oh, okay then. So much for tankiness, but I mean Sniper could work.
It could work, but I don't think it's the best hero in this situation.
Especially when there's a Nyx on the prowl in the other team. I fear for the Sniper and the Draw Ranger this game. Because the Oracle's only going to be able to protect one of them.
10
I
seconds.
don't know how well the Sniper does against Mirana though, because Mirana has decent range to work with, so she can get the last hits in the mid lane. It's gonna be a hard game for Sniper, I feel.
Reserve time.
Lion's pretty good against Sniper, as is the Nyx Assassin.
Nyx, Lion, Mirana, I think all
If
three
Juggernaut
really
can
good
pick up
versus.
a decently timed blink, he can just instantly jump on the Sniper and decimate him with that Omni Slash as well. So.
That's true. Last pick, the Council. What do they go for? They've probably got an inkling that this is a mid sniper now, so they need something to deal with him in the lane. Oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before at Challenger Cup number 2. This is one team that loves to run the core Skyrath Mage. In fact, this is bringing back a lot of memories. So at the Challenger Cup 2, Orompo actually started first phase banning the Skyrath Mage, and both Vivek and I were like, what the hell is going on here? Why? Clearly Orompo had done their homework. 3C4DA has not.
And Len is the mid player?
Yeah, I think Len is
Len is the mid player if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be a mid Skyrath Mage against a sniper.
Oh,
That's
man,
hard. That's hard for the sniper. Especially if you have a
sniper.
support roaming around. And you can't be in the lane because you're going to get popped as soon as somebody jumps you.
But it's such a risky draft coming out from the council because they're on a clock now. If they don't get past, if they don't utterly dominate their opponents in the first 20-25 minutes, I think 3C4DA comes out ahead towards the mid and late game phase.
10 seconds.
The team fight is great with the Sand King. Their pick-off potential is decent, I'd say. But of course, Council has the upper hand when it comes to pick-offs. But the sieging potential is absolutely ridiculous on the side of 3C4DA.
Absolutely. Sniper, draw ranger,
Oops.
both of them great in that sieging scenario. Well, it's going to be a mid Skyrath Mage. I'm excited, man.
Is it a mid Skyrath Mage? Okay, so Closer's their offlane player. He's going to be running an offlane Mirana then. Jin is... Okay, so Dets is definitely going to be playing a core role. Is this a mid Nyx or is this a mid Skyrath?
Mid Nyx against Sniper is not the best lane.
Yeah, but I mean, he has bought his own set of tangos, so this does look like a mid Nyx. No, it's too soon. I mean, if it's a mid Nyx, he wouldn't have bought his
You
tangos.
can pool the tangos though, right?
Yeah, what I mean is if it was a mid Nyx, he wouldn't have bought his own tangos. So he's... Okay then, he's a straight up jungle Nyx. With an Iron Talent.
What the hell, man?
And this is a core Skyrath Mage, okay.
Yeah, it's just core Skyrath Mage. Okay, it's really weird. The lane setup from Council. It's gonna be the next assassin starting off with a jungle. Lion and Juggernaut will be on the safe lane while Mirana. Not a big fan of offlane Mirana though. That's not something I really like to see. Doesn't really achieve much. Just have to arrow the creeps and that's it. That's all you can do.
Look at the way Juggernaut is holding his sword, man. This is like...
That's a pretty cool set.
It's a cool
It's one
set,
of the newer
yeah,
sets, if
but
I'm not
I mean...
mistaken.
There's two sides to this coin, right? This is like a Juggernaut that's trying to cosplay Sven. He looks exactly like a thinner version
No
of
man,
Sven.
this is the Assassin's Creed Juggernaut. What are you saying?
Assassin's Creed Juggernaut meets Sven. Look, Juggernaut's not supposed to hold his sword like a hammer.
He holds the sword as he wants to, man.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, that's true. A dual-handed sword.
Yeah, this is
Pretty
strange.
cool.
Anyway. Alright, let's do the introductions here. On the dire side, you've got the-
Skyrath Mage just said that keep your eyes on me. That's what he that's what he says, right? Keep your eyes on me. So we shall do that.
Alright,
We shall
man.
follow him around.
We'll do
Let's see
that.
what the Skyrath Mage is up to.
Introduction time. The council will start with Len since he's made his presence felt already. He's going to be handling the Skyrath Mage. Dets will be playing the Juggernaut. Jin going to be playing that Nyx Assassin. And Animal on the line. We've missed out the Mirana, handled by Closer on the bottom side. While Gambit goes to kill that crow that's come on our window, I'm going to introduce the other side as well. 3C4DA, the squad from Nepal. You've got Y handling that sniper. Serio Honesto Da. I apologize if I've gotten this name wrong. He's going to be handling the Ogre and he's already giving Len a hard time. You've got Sand King, played by Heaven. Oracle going to be played by ZCXV and Draw Ranger in the hands of Madara.
Okay. Some Ad Finum fans in the house. Madara. One of the
I
nicknames
think he's
is-
just a Naruto fan in the house, man.
I don't know, but I'm not really sure who's their Naruto or whatever that is.
Blasphemy. Anyway, Len is not having fun here. I mean, it would have been fine if this was a sniper versus ogre, sniper versus Skyrath Mage matchup, but you throw an ogre into the mix, and
He's
suddenly,
doing pretty well, man. Look at him. One creep, 3 denies. So he knows what he's up against. He knows how to play the matchup as well. So.
yeah, and he's got a salve to work with, so that's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point using your skills on ogre, so he knows he just has to spam it out on the sniper. So that's all he's waiting for.
Yeah, I'm worried about this bottom lane though. Closer's in a fairly tricky spot.
Dire's
If he
top tower
preemptively pops that leap, I think they could run him down with the frost arrows. But if he plays his cards close to his chest, I think he's gonna be fine.
All he can do is just arrow some creeps, and maybe when the tower gets pushed, gets dived on, he can just arrow creep and pull the aggro. That's probably what he has to do in this lane setup. I mean, Oracle is also there, right? For 3C4D, 3 cheers for Divine Ascension. That's what they're.
That's such a hard name to
Yeah.
pronounce.
I wonder what the story is behind that name. Okay, well, Sniper Still in the mid lane up against that Skyrath main. Skyrath still waiting for the creep wave to push in so that he can get a few last hits in.
Yeah, but the sniper's actually getting the better out of the CS trade right now. Oh no, not like this. That's just mitigating all the shutdown you threw on Len so far.
Why is the courier in the river? What's
I don't
going
even
on?
know,
What the
man.
hell? What type of pathing is the courier taking? Does he have a mind of his own, or are they just microing him that badly?
I don't know, man. I absolutely cannot for the life of me figure out what that courier was doing there. But Len will be happy to claim it.
If they're
Easy
using
money.
the courier to check runes, I'm just gonna be absolutely shocked.
No, don't do that with a walking courier. Come on.
I don't know. I do it in 1v1s, but I mean, okay. Some new stuff, new meta coming in from the Nepalese team. Maybe they know something which we don't.
Alright, let's have a look at the top lane. Sand King, how's he doing in terms of CS? 8, not bad. Off lane Sand King, 8 CS so far.
Yeah, he's up
Pretty
against
good.
melee, so not the hardest lane. And yeah, this ogre is gonna be the key in the cog. He's gonna rotate around and try to make all the other lanes as difficult as he can, and he's managed to achieve that. I would say he made the mid lane a little tougher for the Skyrath. Now he's moved on to the top lane, trying to harass out the Juggernaut, but he's out of mana, so he's making the trip back to base so that he can come back and continue his shenanigans.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say where first blood's gonna happen this game, but I want to say middle lane. Only because Len told us to watch him.
Yeah, we're gonna watch him, man. He has the bottle running as well, so. Yep, mid Skyrath mage. When was the last time I saw it? I think Viha pulled it out at the TI, if I'm not mistaken, at the grand finals as well.
Oh, top lane, Heaven. Yeah, he's not gonna die. But they will force out a rotation again from the Ogre Magi. The TP forced there means that...
I think he was coming back into the lane no matter what, so can't really say if it was forced as such. But Juggernaut, he's picked up the Ring of Health, so that will make his lane presence that much more secure. And yeah, that kind of forces his hand into the Battle Fury though, because he realizes he's the only right-clicking carry, so he needs to power farm his way. So maybe it's the...
Yeah, I assume
It
it's
could be the Vanguard though.
I think it
because
should be the Battle Fury, you're right. I think...
No, it could be the Vanguard. There are two right clickers, the Sniper and the Drow, so I won't be really that surprised if it is the Vanguard pickup from someone like the Juggernaut.
So a lot of responsibility falls on Len's head. When you pick up a mid Skyrath mage, you're playing greedy and you are on a clock.
What's the build here though? Atos?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go Atos. Maybe a Yules isn't bad here versus the Sand King versus the Drow versus the Sniper. Yeah, I think Yules is not bad as well. Maybe go for the Atos and then for
No,
the
wait,
Yules.
don't they go for something like the Veil?
It depends.
Because you want the stats as well, right? From the double null. So I think it's gonna be the Veil build. That's probably
I don't know. I mean, it's very subjective, but I think the Atos would come in handy here, particularly because it'll allow the Atos has an absurd cast range, right?
Yeah.
Couple that
That's
with
true,
a
but-
concussive shot cast range or concussive shots connection range, and you basically have a slow on a sniper who's standing far away. Ogre comes in from behind, but Len is too slippery for this. He's one of the fastest moving heroes in this game, and with those boots, he's out of there.
Tower is under attack.
Well, unfortunately, the big loser in all this is the Mirana. I mean, she has 13 last hits. It's not bad. Like 5 minutes in, offlane Mirana has 13 last hits. It's not bad, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are due to the arrow.
Yeah, he's also got that Quelling Blade, so I think that's primarily to farm up the Ancients, but I don't see him going for the Ancients, really. Maybe... No, I don't think he'd get a Quelling Blade just to chop down these trees.
Yeah, I think the ogre has been really effective though, because if you look at the last hit charts, Drow is sitting at 37 creeps, while Juggernaut is sitting at 29. So already Drow is ahead by 10 creeps, and a lot of it is due to the pressure put on him by.
What is this Quelling Blade?
No,
What is this meta?
No, this is a common meta. A lot of range heroes do pick up those.
Alright, I'm completely out of the loop, I guess. We've got first blood and we missed it, of course. Ogre Magi is gonna go down to Len, and then Len loses his life to the Sniper. I think this is a trade that 3C4DA is more than happy to take.
I mean, they did lose first blood though. I think Len is happy to get the first blood, because as Skyrath, you want to get the ball rolling in terms of kills more than anything else. And so coming back to that Quelling Blade pickup, I don't know how much Boston Major matches you've been watching, but
I've been watching none,
yeah,
man.
Drows do pick up that. I've seen Morphlings pick up the Quelling Blade. I've seen
Why though?
Medusa.
I mean, it seems a lot more efficient to get agility on and agility carry.
I mean,
for
it's
damage.
just it's 200 gold, basically 3 creeps, so it's not that.
That's true, but okay. Well, that Quelling Blade is not going to help her in this situation, but the Oracle might. They won't get the disarm off, or rather the Fate Seed off, and it'll still be Madhura's death. So
There
the
it
first
is.
Moonlight Shadow being put to the best possible use. They're even going to get Jin coming in with that Nyx Assassin, which means that the Oracle will also die.
Double kill for Skywrath Mage.
No,
Did he pick up both the kills?
Mirana good one.
Okay. But like Len said, keep your eyes on me, and we've done that, and we've been rewarded with 2 nice kills in the bot lane. Good rotation coming
That
from...
was, I don't want to give all the credit to Len for that. That was a well executed team maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh man, missed the solo kill up top. Sorry about that. Omni Slash expended. Middle lane as well. Sniper's in trouble. Oh man. He does manage to dodge the Impale and he has the haste rune, so that should allow him to get on out of there. But he's coming back in for sloppy seconds. He's gone on to Len, but Len's just been pounding away with his concussive shots and arcane bolts. Why? Oh yeah, this is not a good day for Len to be around here, but he's actually going in deeper. He has one more arcane shot. He will finally die. Almost gets down Y in the bargain, but does end up dropping eventually.
That was a very, very deep dive. I mean, he had to make a choice whether to run away or try to go for the kill, and he made the wrong choice, unfortunately. So, it's a Skywrath Mage, right? All you want to do is get kills. So, it's okay if you overplay his hand once. Fine, that's something I can live with. Because you really want to get those kills no matter what. It's okay to trade your life even for the sniper, but unfortunately he couldn't make that trade happen there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Deaths up top has just been doing his thing. He's at 46 CS and 3,500 net worth. It is the Drow Ranger that's taking the lead in terms of net worth, but she does have 1 death added to her name, so that's going to slow her down considerably. While the Juggernaut, unfortunately, he's got no stacks prepped and ready for him. It was the Nyx Assassin farming the jungle with the stacks.
I think the Drow might have to tweak his build a little bit and go for a little earlier BKB pickup than expected, because TC, all they have is magical damage other than the Juggernaut, so... And
Yeah,
even the Juggernaut can be countered with the Mantis style, so it's probably going to be an earlier BKB pickup than usual for the Drow Ranger. Even the Sniper might get it at some point.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think they need those BKBs here.
Yeah. I mean, Raindrops is going to be one of the very, very crucial items that'll help 3C power through the early game damage which the Council have to offer here.
Yeah, but this is a very greedy Nyx Assassin. He's chosen to go Tranquil as well as Soul Ring, so no Arcanes coming out for his allies. He's got his level 6 online now, and he should be the playmaker that his team needs him to be.
Yeah, and he's not shown himself that much before, so maybe he might be able to catch a couple of people out by surprise. Especially heroes like the Drow Ranger.
They do
or
end
the
up
Sniper.
taking the tier 1 at bottom though on the Radiant side, so that opens up some more map
There it
room, but
is.
here we go. Jin looping around. Sniper, the ideal target to be jumping upon. There, I mean, he shouldn't have been walking out there. Len could have probably killed him by himself without the Nyx even coming in because of that maneuver.
Very simple setup, and it was the ideal target. They knew that there was no supports because they were all showing themselves on top lane. But now they know that the sentry is there, so Nyx will be careful next time he makes the rotation. But I think it might time out before that.
On top, Burst Strike coming out, but it's just a little bit of harass being done on Deaths. He's got himself a healing ward available. No mana regen items though. No Ring of Aquila to go with his Ring of Health.
I think it's going to be a Vanguard because he would have picked up his Perseverance otherwise.
Not necessarily. I mean, he chose to go for the phase boost, right? Yeah, it is
Oh,
Battle
it's a
Fury.
Battle Fury, okay.
Heaven.
He's not that far from the Blink Dagger either.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty well, I have to admit. He's
All the cores have been farming pretty well. Even the Mirana, I thought she would not have a great lane, but done pretty okay. 1200 gold, probably gonna pick up the point boost or arcane boots. Seems to be the likely choice here for Mirana.
Right, so Heaven has vision on Animal, but he doesn't see Jin in the vicinity here, so this could be a kill on him.
There is an ogre to back him up though.
Radiant
Alright, here we go. They go in with the Spike Carapace to start things off. They didn't expect the first Impale coming out. The Hex was there, but the False Promise comes out from the Oracle as well. Sand King doing what he can. A good Earth Spike coming out from Animal. Catches 2. Sandstorm coming out, but it's not going to keep him out alive long enough. Nyx Assassin will score the kill on the Sand King, and then a Finger of Death in the back of the Ogre will send him to the grave.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That was all. I mean, Lion all the way, man. Gets a Ravage, almost a mini Ravage off there. 2 heroes stunned, and they use the Finger to secure the last kill on the Ogre. Without a hero like the Lion, those 2 kills wouldn't have been possible. Stellar player coming in from the Animal, the captain of the council.
Alright, so Jin is on the prowl once more. His Vendetta's coming online in 17 seconds. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to snipe that courier. But space has been effectively created as Closer will take down a tier 1 at bottom, absolutely uncontested. Why can't even walk out from under his tier 1 tower? There's no defensive support that could get in the range quickly enough. Here we go, Jin. Vendetta pop. They know the Oracle can't make it in time, but scratch that. There will be a Sand King TPing in. As they go in, they actually do get the stun off on Len. Len should be dropping here. A few more auto attacks will seal the deal. As Y takes a bit of a beating anyway. Jin gonna deny that bounty rune from him and then walks away. Chooses not to commit.
There's no way we would have won that kill anyway. So
Are fortified.
safer play there, taking the boundary round and hiking out of there. I like the way the council are executing. They have a good knowledge of what exactly to do and when to do it. The timings are absolutely perfect here.
Okay, they're making a play here. They have the Blade Fury coming out as well. Madara should be taken down from this, but nope, Deaths will back away. The Ogre and the Oracle. In fact, all 5 heroes here from 3C4DA. They'll bring down the Juggernaut.
Is under attack.
And they will be able to claim a tier 1 tower with this. This is when the push commences for 3C4DA. They've got Madara with the maxed out Precision Aura. They've got a Sniper with maxed out Take Aim as well. And every single slip up from TC could transition into a tower for the Nepalese squad.
Yeah, I mean, Council are so reliant on momentum and they're slipping a little bit. They need the momentum to go their way because they don't really have the best late game. I mean, the Juggernaut won't really manage to go head to head with someone like the Pro and the Sniper, especially if they pick up Hurricane Pikes. They're gonna be easy fodder for him.
Here we go, Animal and Co gonna smoke up and move. Looking for a pick off here, Madara. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna back away from this? That smoke did get dispelled, and why? His spidey senses are tingling as well, so he's gonna just stay back. No real kills coming out from TC just yet. Madara, snipe from behind. Not sure what prompted him to stick around there long enough, but they have managed to get a good epicenter coming off there. They'll get the kill on line, but that's all they're gonna get for now. Meanwhile, behind, looks like they will make an escape with Jin popping the Moonlight Shadow. So just a 1-0 trade thus far. But it looks like Jin could be in trouble here. They will get the Burrow Strike off on him, and then the Assassinate will score the kill. 3C4DA showing signs of life here, coming right back into this game.
Yeah, and this is where the Council's lineup will start to fall off a little bit because they're losing momentum left, right and center, and that's all they need. I mean, that's all they can do. That's all they have to work with, and they're losing it out, so... Yeah, Atos gets picked up by Skywrath Mage. He can go for one or two of these solo kills, but beyond that, I don't see what the Council can do other than just wait for the Juggernaut to get really fat.
That bit too greedy in my opinion, starting off with a double Staff of Wizardries, but you've got to fight breaking out. Again, the Sniper sidesteps that Mystic Flare, stays alive for now. Madara unfortunately not going to be staying alive much longer. Nyx will snipe him with the Vendetta behind while Sand King's down, so is the Oracle. This is turning into a complete bloodbath as it's going to be the Ogre Magi that hits the deck next, leaving only the Sniper alive on the side of 3C4DA. Just when the Council showed signs of wavering, oh, they get a return kill as well. Nyx had the Spike Carapace but didn't quite catch the Indicator above his head.
Yeah, the long range Assassinate coming through just to dunk on the Nyx Assassin. I mean, normally Ogre looks like such a tanky hero, but when put up against magic damage, he just falls so quickly. Like, the Skywrath Mage just decimated him right there in that fight. He missed his initial combo on the Sniper, but I mean, they had enough to work with. Huge mana pool to work with that Atos, so...
Alright, we've got a pause coming out. I was going to call him Slaughter. I'm not sure why I keep calling Closer Slaughter. It's his signature hero. But he's got his Aghanim Scepter online on that Mirana now. Just about 500 gold to go once he gets it. The damage output from the Council will go straight through the roof. And that's really when 3C4DA's got to step up to the plate again. They are falling behind in terms of net worth. 4,000 net worth up against them in favor of TC. While 3,000 EXP going in favor of the Dire side as well. 2 tier 1 towers have already dropped. Just the mid tier 1 tower stands that prevents TC from entering the jungle more often.
Just pull out the gold graphs a little bit so we can have an accurate comparison of how the teams are actually doing economically. Yeah, it's been going up and down, so... Okay, I kind of missed that.
Len. He's got himself that Atos finished up on that Skywrath Mage, but I still fear for his life. I mean, yeah, he's bringing a lot to the table here, but it's something that could be... I mean, I'm in two minds here. I'm definitely torn here because on one hand, TC has so much magic damage that can be mitigated with BKBs, but on the other hand, 3C4DA is getting no farm time whatsoever. And it's not like they can even prioritize their BKBs now because then they're going to be doing no damage whatsoever.
I mean, they have decent farm spread on the cores, right? They have the Snipers pretty high up on the list, so is the Drow. So, when it comes to tower defense and high ground defense, they're pretty much ahead, right?
Here we go. Fight's breaking out. They're gonna go on Len. Len's gonna try and turn it around. He might just get one kill off of this. No, he won't. Looks like even the Sand King will survive. He overstayed his welcome. And Raw Ranger has punished him for it. And it's not like they're killing a support Skywrath Mage either. That is a core Skywrath Mage, and it's worth a lot of money and a lot of EXP.
I'm failing to understand how the council are going to siege towers or siege high ground, because there's a shrapnel to work that they have to work around. There's that combo coming in from the Sand King they have to work around, and even if they do manage to get a jump onto some hero, there is that Oracle to back them up as well. I'm favoring the lineup of 3C4D right now.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm tilting in your favor as well. I mean, it's hard for them to, it's kind of difficult for 3C4DA to win a team fight because of the sheer damage output coming out from TC. But the fact that they've not been utterly crushed in the first 20-25 minutes indicates that this is only going to get better for them going forward. You're getting survivability items. The draw is going to get some extra movement speed with the Yasha. She's already got the Dragon Lance to keep away. Got the Dragon Lance finished up on the Sniper as well. And Bloodlust, while he's not maxing it out just yet, he will get a few more points in it going forward. It should really send the damage.
I think the problem
output
with the
through the
council lineup is that, yeah, I mean, they have this great niche hero, which is a Skywrath Mage, which they like to run mid, but you have to realize that it doesn't work every time, and maybe it's not the best opening hero to have in your first game. Yeah, you have it, you save it for a later time when you know you can run it very, very successfully. This is a okay game for him. It's not the best game for a Skywrath Mage. So that's probably the problem. They were too keen on picking that hero, and that's probably what it's gonna do.
I mean, this is just, it's that inherent bias that comes into a team. When you've run a hero successfully so many times, you probably want to run him over and over again regardless of the situation. It's just that wave of confidence that they're trying to ride. Who knows, if it works out here, that wave of confidence will be extended further on, but if it doesn't, you gotta remember, it is the best of one, and the loser does drop to the lower bracket. It's a very precarious situation to be in, because the best of threes in the lower bracket, there are no pushovers there either. There are some pretty good teams that are going to be in the lower brackets going forward.
Yep, absolutely. Meanwhile, let's just focus on this game a little more. Sniper has finally overtaken all the other heroes, and he's sitting on top of the net worth chart, while Juggernaut very close behind. Drow Ranger sitting at third spot, while the offlane Mirana, he's been ramping up in terms of farm. He has that Aghanim Scepter as well to work with, so let's see what happens in the next team fight when the Aghanim Scepter does get used.
Yep, his Blink Dagger quite a ways off. It actually took him a while to get that Aghanim Scepter from the last time we saw him though. Maybe it was the pause that skewed my sense of time, but Smoke Up coming out from 3C4DA, unfortunately not going to find anyone because the council is busy sieging a building of their own.
Yeah, they know exactly what's happening because Len even pings it out that they're here. Yeah, he's absolutely spot on, like he's inch perfect with his ping, he spots them out. And I mean, it's going to be an easy tower trade.
Now they're trading. Is this really the situation that the council wants to be in? Because this push is really strong and it's not going to stop once it begins. Madara and Co just going straight for the high ground. All 3C4DA rushing this. Moonlight Shadow expended. Do they have sentries? They have one placed down right here in the center of this fight. They should see the movements coming in. Good impale coming out from Jin. It's just slowing things down. An arrow flies through, connects onto the sniper behind who's been hexed as well. This is turning into a slaughter fest from the council. Double kill for Len Skywrath Mage. Eyes on him indeed as he's got himself a triple. He's looking for the ultra. Doesn't quite get it as it will be a full 5-man team wipe.
Man, that arrow is just so clutch. Sniper was a little unlucky with that arrow. He was hexed up, but still managed to hit him, and
the MVP, man, the MVP of that was the Nyx Assassin, jumping in with a 2-man impale. And it's not like he had a Blink Dagger to do it, he practically forced stuff himself right into the fray. Very well executed by the council.
Both supports are chaining their spells very, very efficiently and very, very well. The Lion, he's been absolutely stellar on his stuns and on his hexes, while the Nyx Assassin gets off that very, very crucial stun off to help them in that fight. This is probably TC's only, I mean not only, but their gateway to getting some building damage done finally.
Yeah, unfortunately they... Okay, well, I'm gonna scratch that. I was about to say they don't have the best tools to deal with Roshan, but with, of course, a maxed out healing ward, they could take down Roshan.
Yeah, the Mirana's decent, the Juggernaut is there as well. And they have that kind of lockdown from the Lion to help aid.
Yeah, I guess. The massive frog that sticks his tongue out. I love seeing that. But Madara could be in trouble. Here we go. Once more, the backstab is there. Sand King, he's not going anywhere either. They're gonna stop his TP in its tracks, and that'll be his sad. But,
and
Inevitable
Council are so
demise.
relentless with their aggression. They pick up the Skywrath Mage and they know that all they have to do is go, go, go. They're just in your face all the time. They look how far they dove just for that kill.
They can afford to do that, though. There's no tier 2 tower here, so
I
there's
mean, they
no
took
backup
so
coming
they
in.
took a fight at their tier 3 on the top lane, and then they take the next kill at the other team's tier 3. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Or where the tier 2 used to be at least, but yeah. Now with the pickoffs, they'll be able to take Roshan. They have enough breathing room to take this slowly but surely. And that ought to be an Aegis going over to the Juggernaut. This is when it gets really easy for TC to siege. You walk up to the cliff, Blade Fury, get a few hits off, get back, rinse and repeat. And with the Aegis, you know that if the Juggernaut gets jumped upon, you can commit to a fight without fear of him losing his life.
yeah, and the Skywrath Mage can be sitting behind and spamming away his skill, so he can keep the other heroes a little bit lower than they want to be. So even if they'll be a little hesitant when they want to jump.
The scan has spotted this movement inside the Rosh pit. Here comes 3C4DA, but they're a tad bit too late to this party. And the Juggernaut will claim the Aegis. Immediately we'll see the Radiant side backing away.
Yeah, it's all about securing the next set of items now for the council, and then they'll be ready to push high ground. There are two tier 2 still standing, so they might choose to go for those 2 outer towers and then wait for the next Roshan to make the play. But I don't think they want to make it take it too late, because they only have the Juggernaut to work with in the late game. What has the Skywrath Mage picked up though after the Atos?
It's a use. Yeah, I think that's the best choice really.
Next is a mobility item, if I'm not mistaken, a
Yeah.
4-star, a Blink Dagger.
I mean, yeah, so Yules does sort of count as a mobility item. It adds to his already absurd amount of movement speed. The guy's got wings after all, he's flying.
That's true.
Here we go, TC. Another smoke. He's gonna keep applying pressure where it hurts. But 3C4DA, they do know what's up. They know that the push is gonna come in this direction, which is why they've already started warding up.
Yeah, I think it's in 3C4DA's best interest to let the 2 outer towers go. There's no point contesting them, and even if you do, you might get a trade, and then your ultimates will be on cooldown. And I don't think that's the way to go about this. Rather wait for your high ground. That's where you'll have the shrapnel advantage too.
Yep. Well, that's chops away at that tier 2 tower. We'll take down the last. Well, okay, it's not the last remaining outer tower. There is still a mid tier 2, and that's where they're gonna go next. Not just forcing the high ground issue just yet. I mean, 2 more towers is a couple of fresh items coming out for them. They've even got the Mantis Cell now finished off on the Jug. How did they stop this push coming
There's a
in?
Hurricane Pike on the draw, so they have something to work with. He has it right, yeah. Just the
No, he
recipe.
needs the 4-stuff recipe.
No, he has a 4-star, right?
No, he picked up the Hurricane
Oh, right.
Pike recipe.
He's still away from his 4-star.
Yeah, about 400 gold ago.
They can slow down the siege with the shrapnel. That's all they can do at this point. They can't really commit to a fight outside their tower, outside their base. Because if they lose that, they're gonna lose the game. So it's probably the very safe and standard high ground defense coming
Yeah,
out
but
from
I
the
think
side of the
Sand
Nepalese
King's
team.
got a lot of pressure this game. He's gonna have to land one of those massive epicenters and hope for the best, because there's no mechs, there's no real instant heals coming out from the side of TC. So if they do manage to connect with some big AoE spells, I think 3C4DA can take a fight. But not like this. They're gonna start off with the Ogre getting jumped upon, but there's the Sand King jumping in as well. Sand King is down. Forget about the epicenter. He's gonna worry about respawning first, as the Ogre will follow him to the grave as well. 2 down for 3C4DA. That tier 2 tower still stands, but it's gonna go down shortly.
Yeah, this is the opening which the council needed. They might be able to get the tower and get some damage done onto the tier 3. Because the Sand King is down, so is the Ogre. So there's no really reliable way of defending high ground without these 2 heroes. So if they're really quick about it, they might be able to get at least a range Rax. So let's see if that works out. But Shrapnel is a big nuisance when that situation arises.
Alright, TC. They're gonna slow down. They want to push out all the other lanes before actually committing to the high ground push. Taking it slow, taking it easy. Playing disciplined Dora here. Now you've got an Aether Lens about to be completed for this Skywrath Mage as well. His damage output is just going through the roof.
He's a little under leveled, I would say. He's level 13. He was the mid hero after all. Juggernaut is sitting at level 16 in the sniper. Both the mid heroes are a little under level, honestly, at 25
Yeah,
minutes.
but I think this is just the way that TC likes to play, right? They use a mid as the space creator rather than
Yeah, it's a classic style.
an actual core. So Closer has himself the extra space, and he becomes a carry at the end of it all.
Picks up the BOTs as well, so he can join the fights anywhere. He can TP onto the wherever the next assassin is going to be. He can TP somewhere near that, and they have a full-fledged 5-man lineup ready to fight.
Alright, what are we looking at here? You've got Deaths just waiting in the wings, hoping to make a play. He's been spotted, jumps forward, gets a couple of hits off, and then he backs away. Alright.
He's trying to bait out the Oracle ultimate there, but Oracle realizes that that's.
Does it even
what's
matter though? I mean, okay, it's level 1 also. 100-second cooldown is quite painful. Oh, Closer, what have you done? He deserves to die for that.
He leaped into them. That's.
He blinked into them, and then I think he tried to leap out, but he couldn't get up to the high ground, so... Yeah, that didn't work out for him.
Unfortunate.
625 gold over to the Draw Ranger.
What? What's the lion? Does the lion have his blink though? Yeah, lion has the blink. Has the Ether lens as well. Look, that's a pretty farmed lion. Not the Zedisburg lion we're used to seeing.
And 3 blink daggers already available on the TC side, and then you've got the mobility from the rest of the heroes that have absurd high movement speeds. Jin, what's he looking for? Oh, 3C Heaven. He's gonna be spotted out here. We have the stun available. Here we go. They're gonna get the stun off. He didn't even bother burst striking out or force staffing or anything. He just died.
I think he's dead no matter what. Maybe he could have tried to go into the
Yeah, I think
fog.
you burst strike into the trees and he's fine.
There was a Nyx stun though.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
He bought some time at least.
Probably not, but he falls nonetheless.
I feel like TC had kind of wasted that Aegis.
Aren't there 4 blink daggers on the council right now? There's Lion, there's one on Nyx, there's one on Juggernaut, there's one on Mirana as well. Right, there are 4.
2, 3.
Oh,
No,
there's
three.
none. There's none on the
No,
Nyx
Nyx
assassin.
Assassin.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got himself
That's pretty
the
surprising.
Yules instead.
They are gearing up for the high ground push finally. They know that their timing is when the Sand King is down, but he's only down for another 5 seconds. Why isn't there a shrapnel on that area? Are all the charges on cooldown? No, finally one gets popped. And finally
TC,
council.
they should have done this when they had the Aegis as opposed to doing it now. I think now's the time to wait and get another Aegis and come back.
They need pickoffs before they can go for the high ground. They realize that they're not even trying to get any damage done. They're just pushing out the lanes, waiting for a pickoff, and that's when they go high ground. They get whatever damage they can on the tower. It's the right decision, but it's going to be extremely painful and extremely slow to watch at least.
Yeah, but I mean, it does give 3C4DA some signs of life. Every single second that their base is not being demolished is a second that they could use to farm up their cores. And farm cores means a better defense.
They need to be able to find a way to jump the Skyrath Mage. Unfortunately, none of their heroes are great at jumping. Sand King is great at setting it up, but then there has to be that damage coming in from someone like a sniper.
Well, it is really going to boil down to who gets picked off next. If it's going to be if it's a TC hero that gets picked off, this game gets extended. If it's a 3C4DA hero that gets picked off, I think the base just crumbles. But that's is going to work. They'll start off with the stun, silence upon the Sand King. The false promise is there to bail him out immediately. The stun will miss from the Nyx Assassin, but silence will not from the Draw Ranger. No Mantis Sal available now. He will just back away though with the healing ward expended.
Good 4-stuff uses the saving Juggernaut. He knew that it was there in someone's inventory.
Yeah, rinse and repeat coming out here. 3C4DA.
Yeah, and now they've baited out the Oracle Ultimate, so next time there's not going to be an easy save on any hero.
Here we go, Sirio Nesto gonna get silenced up, slowed down, doesn't quite get brought down either. The Fate Seed is there, the Epicenter's in the middle of the prey, and they will get the kill on the Lion. Meanwhile, the Nyx Assassin also ends up dropping 3C4DA. Can they fight this? No, they can't. The Juggernaut just slices and dices through the Draw Ranger. And then they're gonna go in on through the Oracle as well. Deaths, what are you doing, man? Control your illusions. Illusions just left out to dry, and he will end up dropping. A successful defense coming out from 3C4DA. It does cost them a buyback on the Sand King, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think that fight just goes to show how important the Lion is in this lineup.
Not to mention the Aegis, man.
The Aegis, they really need the Aegis, and even the Lion, they need his Hex, they need his stun, and they need his finger to come through, so that one hero can be safely put to rest. Unfortunately, Sand King got a brilliant initiation off there and managed to pick them off.
Len has himself about 2,000 gold in the bank now.
I think Council will just realize that, you know, they have to do exactly what they did before, but except with an Aegis. That's all. That's the only change they need. They can
That's
go to the exact
absolutely
team-
correct, man. But
They can go to the exact same team fight, but they just need the Aegis.
I fear for them though, because the sniper got a truck ton of money with that. He's actually chosen to go for the Manta style. No, I cannot agree with this. I mean, you're just padding your own life. You're really not adding to your damage output. This is one of those games where you just go all in and get yourself a Maelstrom or something, and you know, keep your enemies at bay with those lightning spams.
Don't know if you want to get the Maelstrom. Because
Maelstrom, Desolator, something along those lines.
I'm okay with the Manta because you can shrug off the silence coming in from someone like the
But
Skyrat Mage.
what the hell does he care if he's silenced?
It's not that. It's about
Get
the
a BKB,
damage-
man. He
damage
needs the
amplification.
BKB. Why the Manta style? Get a damage item and then get a BKB. I think that's the way to go. I mean, your Manta's only going to save you versus an Ancient Seal from the Skyrat Mage. It's not going to help you versus the Burst from the Lion. It's not going to help you from the stuns from the Nyx Assassin. Nor is it going to help you versus that Aghanim Scepter from the Mirana. She jumps in, she goes Scepters up and stands next to the Sniper. He's going to die.
Well, maybe he has some other ideas. We just have to wait and watch. What is the Draw Ranger pick up? No one's picking up a BKB. That's pretty surprising. I was expecting that the Draw Ranger should at least pick up a BKB so he can try and use the Hurricane Pike offensively and try to, you know, deal in some damage.
Thought I heard a concussive shot. Looks like they are making a play here. Again, the Oracle is in the vicinity, so he will bail out Heaven. But no real love lost there. It's a false promise that's now level 2, so the cooldown is shorter. And I think it's fairly evident that the Council are going to wait for Roshan. What better time though? The DD rune is right in their faces.
Do you think 3C4DA can compete though for this Roshan? Are they going to be making a move? They're not even making a move, so I don't think they can. They realized that they held high ground successfully last time, so that's all they're going to do.
They are grouping
worked
up
once,
like
it
they
might
wanna
work
pop
again.
a smoke. I mean,
Nah,
they have the
they're already too late.
Yes, they're too late. Maybe they think they aren't, but they definitely are too late. Yeah, never mind. They're not even going for it.
They still can hold high ground though. Now they have a lot of, they have more damage to work with, so it's gonna be crucial how the Sand King initiates. If he can go for the backlines, at least zone out the someone like the Lion or someone like the Sand King, then it'll be great.
Then, meanwhile, going to work with his newly purchased Blink Dagger. So he's got himself more mobility. This is... I mean, I saw this at the Challenger Cup and I'm not even surprised that they're going for 4 Blinks. I'm surprised that Jin's actually not gone for one as well.
Yeah, he was the number 1 candidate to get a blink, right? After the Juggernaut. And okay, even the Lion's there, so can't really say that. Fishing Arrow doesn't really catch anyone.
And that's doing what you should have done a long time ago. Now they will siege down that tier 3 tower slowly but surely. Casual assassinate.
That kind of hurt. But there is a healing ward, so he will be back up. But that does mean there's no healing ward for the fight.
That's okay, I think.
Yeah, 2 range heroes are easily gonna get it down.
They do have a fortification though, so they can delay this a little bit. Casual stun on the Juggernaut from the high ground. Epicenter comes through. They're not going to wait for the Council to fight back. Nyx is down and Deaths is about to drop. He pops the Omni Slash. He's tearing straight through them, but it's not doing enough. The Manta Cell was used by the Sniper and he does manage to dodge some of those slices. As Deaths does end up losing the Aegis. You've got the Mirana getting stunned up. TC has gone in way too deep here and are about to get punished heavily. Down goes the Mirana and soon it's going to be more, but here comes the Cavalry. A good Earth Spike coming out from Animal will secure 2 more kills. The Sniper still alive, uses the Hurricane Pike and manages to turn around for a kill on the line, but ends up dropping to Len, who ends up dropping to Heaven. A complete bloodbath behind the tier 3 tower as Sniper will buy back and look for the last remaining survivor on the side of the Council. Deaths will blink away. It's still a defense coming out from 3C4SR.
It's still a defense, and the Council kind of misplayed in the way that Juggernaut was about to get the last hit onto the Drow, and Sky either Yuled him. So Drow did survive for a bit and got I think he got 1 return kill as well. So
yep, it's starting to look worrisome for the Council. They've failed 2 high ground pushes right now.
Now they don't have an Aegis for a long
they've got a
time.
whole bunch of kills, but They did this with an Aegis, like you pointed out. They tried to siege with an Aegis. They were unsuccessful. Heck, even the fortification wasn't used here by 3C4DA.
Yeah.
Those cores are going to come back stronger.
There's no Aegis to work with for quite a bit of time, so the council need to figure out what they want to do. Can they bait the other team out of the base and then take a team fight? Maybe that's the way to do it, but I don't know if 3C4DA is going to fall for something like that.
Right, so all of a sudden that Mantis Cell isn't looking so bad on the sniper.
Exactly.
They're getting double Mantis Cell, so not only does it work versus that Skyrath Mage, we kind of missed that it works great versus the Omni Slash as well, so it's actually looking like a smart choice. Why? Is he in trouble here? There is a Moonlight Shadow being popped. They've gone in for the Draw Ranger. 56 seconds, no Draw Ranger. And the bottom tier 3 tower looks like
This is
it
go
could be
time.
going
This is
down.
go time for the council. They realize that this is happening. Draw Ranger would have bought back if he
Oh, what? Did he just force stuff himself in? No, that was a force forward by the Knicks. They've got the Sand King completely out of position and he's down for the count as well. What a play coming out from the council. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut cleaned up on the Ogre behind and now Y's gonna have to make a run for it back into the fountain. That's the way to open up the base and that's the way to take down the first lane of Rax with absolute style.
Great from the Nyx Assassin as well, using that shrapnel to bait out his. He gets a stun off using his spike arbalest.
Alright, that's gonna be 2 lanes of barracks. No buyback available in the Sand King or the Draw Ranger. They might even get more here. However, Closer, he's gone in deeper. They've dropped down everything they've got onto that poor little sniper, but he will survive after all. But they've zoned him out long enough to take down 2 lanes of barracks and suddenly 3C4.
It's gonna be 3 because the tower is very low on the bot lane as well.
Yeah,
They are backing off.
Illusions should do the trick. Now they're gonna time out.
Okay, game just took a very sudden and horrible turn.
This is where you insert
Very-
meme that
yeah.
escalated quickly, man.
Yeah, very clutch 4-star usage by Nyx Assassin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was the moment that turned the whole game in their favor.
Sand King blinked in and suddenly he was like, where the hell am I? I couldn't have blinked so far because that's out of range. And then he was instantly brought down. Draw Ranger getting caught out was another crucial mistake which happened from the side of 3C4DA. And yeah, the council, they just, whatever inches they have, they take and they...
I feel so bad for 3C4DA. They were making such a nice comeback. Slowly they were defending. It looked like they were going to grind their way through and give the council a run for their money. But suddenly they found themselves with 2 big holes inside their base.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of teams are watching the council play though, so they will realize that Skyrath Mage is something that they do like to run. So I don't think it will get through in the other games probably.
Either that or teams are going to come prepared for it. Just like the council is prepared for illusion strategies, teams are going to prepare for a mid Skyrath Mage. Even a last pick mid Skyrath Mage. I mean, the way to beat this is you take this game late. You have heroes, you pick heroes that can hold, and you pick heroes that can fight well in the late game phase. The council would not be able to siege like this up against heroes like a Disruptor, maybe even something like a Tidehunter.
Absolutely, and now it's just gonna be that very, very slow siege coming up from the council. Nyx Assassin setting up a base right outside on the low ground.
Yep, classic rinse and repeat Dota
Do
coming
they
out.
actually want to wait for Roshan though? How far is Roshan now? Oh, it's pretty far.
Yeah, he's far. He's over 3 minutes away.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna try and go for this Hail Mary last set of barracks, but if it doesn't work out, then they're gonna rinse and repeat, go for the Roshan and then try to come and take it.
Meanwhile, Jin has just made a new home for himself. Up the slope this time. Oh, bye-bye, Ogre. He's not going to go home for supper tonight. Maybe he is. He's alive for now. Epicenter just onto a Nyx who's actually regenning more than he's taking. Yeah, that did not work out for 3C4DA. Now they've got to defend without the Epicenter and with a low HP Ogre Magi.
He's gonna heal up, but
And with 2 lanes of barracks
yeah,
pushing in.
no
this
epicenter
is-
does really hurt them quite a bit.
Sniper forced to use his Shadow Blade defensively. Even a fortification gets expended for now. Deaths thinking of doing something else here. Good silence coming out. They've gone in on the Nyx, but he's not taking enough damage. Meanwhile, Closer, he's jumped in and dropped down the Draw Ranger along with the Ogre Magi who's dropped behind enemy lines. All the 3 remaining survivors are back in the fountain, and that'll be the end of the game as 3C4DA will tap out.
Yep, 17 kills to 34. That's how we end this game. The council, they've come prepared, man. I know for a fact that they've been preparing very, very well. And they've been working out some strats and some niche strats and some overall generic gameplay stuff. So, council, they look good.
Yeah, they're looking really good. This was a well-deserved
I'm
victory.
excited to see what they have up against someone like a better opponent like Invisible Wings.
Yeah, I think the next game is Invisible Wings, right?
It shouldn't be because I don't think any team is forced to play
Two games in a row, right? Okay, so I think we're going to see a lower bracket match coming up next.
It's probably going to be a BO3 right now.
Yeah, we're going to see a BO3 series coming up next, followed by one BO1 and then another BO3. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm CloudX with Gambit. You're watching the ESL India Premiership, organized by Nodman Gaming, sponsored by HyperX and ROG. The Council takes the victory here over 3C4DA in the best of one upper bracket. The Council moves on. They'll be facing versus Invisible Wings later. For now, 3C4DA will drop to the lower bracket. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the next game in just a bit.